Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Grant Ellis. We are about 3 minutes away from getting in game, so sit tight, be cool, and we'll be on in just a second. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Queen of Spiders campaign. At some point, I will get Laura Lania's name correct on the overlay, her character. We have the star-studded cast of the show tonight, from Nerdarchist Dave to Scarlet Moth to Tia Zimmer herself, the infamous Reddit celebrity. My good friend, the Gnome Medic, and voice-over artist and all-around radical cosplayer, Kika. So, before we get into the show and talk about what happened on the previous episodes, let's go ahead and turn off this ominous evil music and get a word from our sponsors in. I'd like to thank Tabletop Loot. They're an incredible member of the online RPG community. We're thrilled to have them as a sponsor. If you go to their website and enter Greyhawk as a coupon code, you'll get 15% off the dice order. The very talented and generous Devin Rue gives us discounts on her merchandise at the Greyhawk channel website and on her site at ruinc.com. And our Twitch subscribers and Patreon subscribers can get cantrip candles that offer a fragrant discount. And big
this is for tea only
to all. So we got a donation of $50 for Tia only. Man, she's got some fans.
I love you, Whitethorn! Woo!
Good deal. So let's go around and talk to our players tonight and who they'll be playing. So let's begin with Scarlet Moth, who is looking extravagant.
Hi there, I am Moth. You probably know me on Twitter as at that Scarlet Moth. I do cosplay and art and talk a lot of D&D stuff. Sometimes I talk about Elder Scrolls for hours and it can get a bit carried away. I'm going to be playing Faye, who is the half-elven druid who speaks in a Celtic accent and likes to say, "Oh no," a lot. She is very sweet. Oh no.
Oh, no.
She likes to protect her friends and now has a pet frog bear because the bugbear decided he wanted to stay as a frog.
She does have a very tasty frog bear that the character I'll be playing tonight, the Kenku Get Out of Here, has been eyeing it from time to time. But
Oh,
respectively
no.
keeping his
Let's
distance.
talk, yeah, let's talk about that Kenku a little bit. So Nerdarchist Dave is back with us. Getting ready to head off for Europe, but for now he's getting ready to head into the Hill Giant steading. Tell us who you'll be playing tonight. A little more about your Kenku. Get out of here.
So get out of here. It was he was raised in the city. He's an urchin of dubious distinction. He actually grew up in and around a exotic bird shop where he actually came in with one of the latest shipments of birds, and started off in one of the cages until the lady that runs the shop realized it was actually a person. So she opened the cage and yelled, "Get out of here!" So he's gone by "Get out of here" or "Get" ever since. They've had a cantankerous relationship from the beginning, where he would always come back. He kind of bonded with her, and after a while she just gave up on chasing him away. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm playing a Beastmaster PHB right out of the player's handbook in honor of Dan Dillon.
Dan is the man. Good friend of ours from Kobold Press, Wizards of the Coast, and the DM's Guild. He has inspired some of the elements of this adventure. And let's go ahead and throw it to the amazing, incredible Nomadic. How you doing, Gnome?
Hey, I am doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. My name is Nomadic, and I'm going to be playing a jockey, gorgeous-looking little gnome sorcerer paladin today and last week, and hopefully we survive today and continue on for just a wee bit. And his name is Tivlaroo Stoneclank, but you could just call him Tiv for short.
Tiv almost suffered a fatal injury the last time we played, but
Almost. It's over it. It's fine.
still live and with us today. Let's go ahead and throw to Kika.
Throwing it to me because I also almost died last week, I guess.
I think we all did 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So hi, I'm Kika. I will be playing a gray elf bard named Ieliana Sadrifine, who has social anxiety and has been trying to get over that for ages.
Playing Grant Ellis as the bard. Thanks for the follow, Thesalord. And playing Valinia, Laurelania. How is it, friend?
It
How
is
did
good.
things-
Fridays are always. I'm so excited to be playing this campaign. I've waited 2 weeks. It's like serious withdrawals. I've been fantasizing about playing this campaign. We're finally doing it. We're here now. I am Laura Lania, my Tia Zimmer. Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you. I'm playing Valinia Valcherez. She is my poker-playing promiscuous pirate. She's definitely got a swagger to her. I apologize in advance now if I say anything that crosses any lines or makes you feel uncomfortable. Please feel free to just DM me directly on Twitter during the show or say something like, hey, I appreciate your candor, but that kind of scene made me uncomfortable. Let me know and I can fix that for the future. Obviously, I'm not going to be breaking any Twitch terms of service rule, but I understand that we all have our own different wants and needs.
Show
with
us the feet.
No.
Come
Yeah.
on, let's go all out.
But I'm
I
gonna
will
I'm gonna try to walk the line. So, and many apologies in advance.
Well, there are lines to be walked, Tia.
There are lines.
I left the last adventure with kind of a stutter and a limp, and they asked me what was wrong with me, and I was like, I was Laurelaniad. So when last we left our intrepid heroes, now it's been 2 weeks since we've played, so some time has passed and we might have forgotten, but we'll all help each other remember where it left off. So starting with Moth, how did last adventure begin?
Oh, well, we went to the tavern to meet up with the Viscountess and the Amaranthine Dagger, who is a friend of ours from adventuring. And then a lot of bugbears decided to rush in and try to kill us. And then there was a giant, and he destroyed most of the inn, and all the innkeeper and all the patrons are dead. But Getz owns the inn now, and that's fun. We may as well get free drinks, but I'm sure he'll make us pay a lot of coins.
This is for Titan. She
But,
can help her
we-
if needed.
We're told
Another
that we need to go
$25
to
donation.
find the hill giant setting.
Now, Gnome, do you remember why they wanted you to go to the Hill Giant setting?
To free the people.
There were people that were captured from the land of Sterich, where the Viscount came from. And that's true. So, Moth, I'm going to give you a point of inspiration, and Gnome, you're also going to receive a point of inspiration as well. There's going to be other times during the adventure for the other party members to receive it. It may not be a trivia game like we just had there, but we're going to begin our adventure in media res. In other words, in the middle of things. I'm an old school Star Wars game master, so I always like to start in the middle of action, the middle of a fight. So the giants are stepping on... No, they're not stepping on you. We're going to start after you've traveled. We're going to skip to the fun part. This adventure is actually designed to begin at the fun part. So you are in a cave, and the cave you are in is in a sort of lower mountain. You can see in the distance the steading of the hill giant. I'm going to make that visible in Roll20. You can see it's made out of wood. There's a tower. It's approachable. But you're essentially posted up in a cave on a hill. You have followed and tracked the bugbear. I believe you let escape. That's correct? You let one of them go?
Oh,
Or did you off him?
We killed the
I am-
shit out of that guy.
I don't know
Okay,
what
yeah.
happens to him.
You
I
found a map.
remember-
That's what it is. You found the map. So you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we
So-
have Frogbear here.
I remember
Yes.
about 6 plans. I
Yes.
forget which one we settled on.
Yes. But we do know
I
this.
stabbed him with both of my swords.
Oh,
While I was, yes, while I was sitting on him.
right through the
Yes.
heart. So,
Teamwork.
you have happened upon the hill giant steading, and it wasn't by chance; it was by choice. You did find a map, and you do have Frogbear, who can give you directions to make sure you're going the right way. And you've essentially assessed the situation, and you know that there is an entrance on the southeastern side, and this is where the adventure will begin just before, it's late at night right now, just before a long rest. So I'd like to know how you're setting up the watches. You're in a, based on your assessment of the situation, this is a safe spot. You will not be found out. The hill giants don't come up this high. They have no flying mounts to find you. It's not the most hospitable area, but it will do. Whitethorn, good job becoming the new stream boss. So, let's talk about who's taking watches and if there's anything you want to do at night in camp.
I only need to sleep 4 hours because of trance, so I can go first and get a good chunk of things.
Yeah, you're actually not quite asleep. You are in a trance. So you are, while in your trance state, you are not under the effects of sleep. So if someone wanted to bother you, they probably could. So she'll take
Plus,
the first one. Or
yeah,
she'll sleep
and-
first.
I also have, I have Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum that I can cast for the party, and if I just cast that before we go to bed, I can, I think, have that up all night, and we just drop out the spell, the text box.
So go ahead and describe the spell at a high level for our audience, because this being a higher level campaign, they might be less familiar with it.
Okay. Well, reading from the text, it says, you make an area within range magically secure. The area is a cube that can be as small as 5 feet to as large as 100 feet on each side. The spell lasts for the duration or until you use an action to dismiss it. When you cast this spell, you decide what sort of security the spell provides, choosing any or all the following properties. Sound can't pass through the barrier at the edge of the warded area. The barrier of the warded area appears dark and foggy, preventing vision, including dark vision, through it. Sensors created by divination spells can't appear inside the protected area or pass through the barrier at its perimeter. Creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination spells. Nothing can teleport into or out of the warded area, and planar travel is blocked within the warded area. Casting this spell on this same spot every day for a year makes the effect permanent. And casting it at higher levels lets you make it bigger.
So, how big are you making it? And are you going to sleep inside it, or are you going to invite the whole party to sleep inside it?
I think I'm going to invite the whole party to sleep inside it, and I'm going to make it probably as big as I can make it without it being too, like, obvious.
Okay. And so within the sphere, I need to know which party members are who agrees to sleep inside it and who prefers to stay outside.
Oh, I'll stay inside. I don't need as much sleep, though.
I can stay outside.
So once we're in there, we can't go out until it's.
You can pass through.
We can pass through. Okay. I'll agree to go inside.
I will stay inside as well, but I'll send his on forays to kind of scout the area.
Got it.
I'm assuming Gigi is still up. She's out. The spell is still cast. The badger. Because then that's why he'd
Your
stay
mount's
out. Yeah.
Her steed.
She'd stay out
Her steed.
as well.
She's up.
I'm going to take one of those bottles and I'm going to start drinking and playing cards with anyone that wants to.
Oh no.
I think my bat familiar might stay out as well to keep a watch, perch in a tree.
It's always good to have a nightcap before bed. It's healthy.
Anyone who's not a full-blooded elf or have it otherwise stated on your character, you need at least 6 hours of sleep to get the benefits of a long rest, unless you're an elf. So are you taking turns staying awake, or...
I would assume we're still taking turns staying awake even with the spell.
Bye.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Ever vigilant.
I'll take the first watch and drink at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably not the smartest idea, but she figures that it'll be a lot easier to wake up everybody earlier in the night and she can drink and pass out for the last 6.
Hey, everybody.
Okay, I'll take second.
Okay.
And then I can cover second, and then I'll just sleep for 4 hours after that, or transfer 4 hours after that.
All right.
I'll take the last watch.
All right. And then
Get
get
up
out of here. We'll be on the last watch. Are you going to do 2 awake at a time, or just 1 awake?
Well, since I need less sleep, I can stay awake during the first watch as well.
Yeah, I can wake you up partway through the watch, or...
Yeah, 2 or
I
you
can just stay
three
awake.
use that trance.
Yeah.
I trance.
Play cards with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is Get Out of Here getting in on the action, or is he out right now?
Yeah, he is getting in on the cards. He shakes his head and says,
Let's do it.
I want to
right.
play. I'm not very good, but I want to.
Meanwhile, the gnome sits alone. Wonder what they're doing in there. No.
He's having a beautiful conversation with Gigi. He's good.
All by
Fine.
myself. Sorry. Sad gnome.
We carouse late into the night, and
All right. Yeah.
I will bet you this feather that I won't win.
if you put a feather in your cap when you're around town, you'll find a special kind of company.
So.
What kind of company?
Oh, the kind of company that I enjoy, dear. Your deal.
I'll let each of you ask one other player that is within the sanctum one question that they must answer truthfully, and then a second question that they are allowed to answer however they choose. And you don't get to know which one they answer truthfully and which one's a lie. Or if they're both truthful. So, who would like to ask the first questions? And you're only allowed to ask 2 questions, but you have to give one honest answer and one false answer. or too honest.
Hmm.
This is while the card game's going on.
All right, so get out of here. We'll turn to Faye and point at the frog bear. Ching, 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 ching.
You want to buy him?
Ribbit. I
Ribbit?
love him. I love Get Out of Here. He's so great. He's entrepreneurial.
No, he's very helpful. He decided to be a frog now. He doesn't want to be eat. Please don't eat him.
Okay. Okay.
He goes, ching, ching. And he kind of like hops over and he's sitting in front of Get Out of Here. He's kind of looking at you with these,
No.
globish eyes just kind of rolling.
No.
One iris is kind of. I think I've always decided that bugbears have at least one like wandering eye. So like
One
he's got
lazy eye.
one. Yeah. So
But he just talked. He's talking now.
he said ching ching. Yeah. Ching ching.
And if a bird can look surprised, I look a little surprised. I'm kind of like crouching down and looking.
If you bite into him, he might turn back into a bugbear.
His like head turns over and looks at Eliana, and then he humps back to Felira.
Yes, I think staying away from the mouths of hungry birds is a good idea for now.
Now, Faye, you are allowed to ask a question now to someone else. You've been asked a question, but they get to choose if they answer true or false. At least one answer they give has to be true.
Well, I'm not sure how much of a question Ching Ching was, but Valinia.
Yes, my love.
Where are you from? What kind of elf are you?
You wouldn't know she's an elf right away. She is a half drow technically, but she had her ears cut off, and she uses her disguise kit to like cover and try to make her look as human.
So
as
here's a question though. So within the fiction, what if she did know that you are part elf by looking at you? She could sense it within you based on...
If she just senses it or like knows it and she like asks that outright, Valinia's gonna be like,
Faye's a druid that's wandered. Yeah, Faye. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, oops.
well, I
She's got
suppose.
high perception, but not very good perception in some ways.
Now that the cat's out of the bag, so to speak, I come from a land far, far away, and it is dark, and it is terrible, and it is full of sin, and lust, and treachery.
Frogbear's like slowly creeping up to her while she says this, kind of watching.
Yeah, as she says that, Ileana just sort of eyes narrow and she looks at her suspiciously.
Oh, yes, you've quite put two and two together, she says, licking her hand slowly and smearing it down where her makeup would be on her disguise kit, and you can see the different colors of who she is. And she rubs off kind of the plastic bits of where her ears were, and they're like jaggedly sawed off. Yes, I am a half-drow. Can you blame me for masquerading as a human? I mean, it's not like my kind are particularly loved. There's no love among me for them either. Deep down in the Underdark, with all the dark and the dirt and there's no fresh air, and the wine really isn't that good.
Frogbear speaks up. He croaks up. He goes, "Drought don't exist, ribbit. Drought don't exist, ribbit."
Well, you might want to tell that to my mother and her vagina then.
Can I try to insight her to see if she's being honest about not liking the drow and stuff?
No, because part of the game, she's allowed to answer true and she's allowed to answer false, and you're not allowed to know which one.
Okay.
But
Well, if it makes you feel any better, then I didn't think that you looked much like a human anyway. I thought that you had just rolled around in the dirt.
Oh, my dear. I suppose our makeup lessons are entirely different. You should let me give you a makeover someday. That hair, volume.
There is a lot of it.
There is a lot of it.
It
I
is now
get twigs
Yeah, go ahead.
and trees in it all the time.
Valinia, you may ask a question to either Git or Eliana.
Oh, get out of here. There is one question that I've been pondering, well, ever since I was cursed to walk to this earth. What came first? Was it the chicken or the egg?
Nice.
I always figured that the chicken would come first.
All right, it's Git's turn to ask his second question.
Valinia, darling. Blast the drow. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And he makes like the sounds of the ocean. Come sail away with me.
Come sail away. So what is he asking, or what am I going to put together?
So he wants to go on a boat ride.
Oh, you want to be... Oh, I cannot wait to take you to the sea. Oh, you'll love it. You'll be able to make a friend. His name is Polly. You guys will get along just great. He likes carbs a lot, though. Gets a little bit of a figure.
Polly want a cracker.
Polly wants a cracker. That is exactly right.
Valinia can ask her second question now.
Does my dark elf heritage bother you? Says looking over at... I'm never going to... Iliana. Iliana. Freaking elven names.
Yeah.
Iliana.
Yes.
I don't quite blame you, darling. It's not the life I would have chosen for myself. But nothing a little bit of wine and a few rounds of cards and friends can't figure out together?
I suppose I can sympathize. We can't choose what life we're born into.
No, we cannot, but we can choose the road that we walk, and I plan on walking this road for a very, very long time.
Did you call us your friends?
Of course you're my friends.
That's so nice.
We've
didn't
done
think you ever liked
battle
me.
together. Of course I like you. What's not to like? Seriously, what's not to like?
By the way, Get Out of Here is winning at cards. He's way up right now. I rolled randomly.
I am probably losing.
He's probably got extra cards stashed in his feathers.
Like the backs
I
don't
was
even
just
match. He's
thinking
not
that, where
even
he could
bad.
like ruffle it up and have like a card fall out.
But I didn't really have many friends before Yeliana. I wanted friends, but lots of people just, I don't know. People are strange. All sorts of people are strange. Elves are strange. Humans are strange.
Eliana kind of like in her drinking and her mirth, for kind of a moment gets sad, really understanding that, kind of picking up on the fact that maybe she just traveled alone for a long time. And even though Vi was in the Underdark, she was alone there too, even surrounded by people. So I understand. Oh, don't worry, darling. We're going to be the best of friends. We've been in combat together. Nothing bonds one quite like blood and lust and all that sweaty stuff.
And wine.
And wine. She tops everybody up.
Hurrah!
Yeliana,
Can we give the frog some wine?
Yeah, he's had enough. He's like out, leg spread, arms spread, belly going up and down rhythmically.
Yeliana, it's your turn to ask a question.
He's peed a lot too. Yes.
Faye,
Aye?
are you happy adventuring, fighting things all the time?
Sometimes I am. To be truthful, I'm happier out here than I was at home. Because I feel like I can at least be useful out here. I'm starting to learn a few things which make me unhappy, though. realizing that I wasn't sent out on some great quest to cleanse the world of evil, but rather my people just didn't want a half-breed there anymore. But one day I hope I can come back and show them that I'm a great hero. And that I have friends that aren't animals.
Oh, sweetie, we'll go walk in there. Straight to VIP. Don't worry.
I don't see the point of going back. From what I've heard, if they wanted to get rid of you, they must be rather stupid, honestly.
Well, they say that my mother was stupid for falling in love with a human, but I don't know, I never met him.
At least they had the option of falling in love.
Aye. Well, my mother told me one thing before I left, which was follow your heart, but know that sometimes your heart may be stupid.
Oh, the age-old tale of mind versus heart. Follow your feelings versus logic. I tend to drown out that little bit of logic.
Sorry, was I supposed to lie for one of those questions?
You could choose not to, Winch.
What's the point in lying among friends? It might be the wine talking.
I top up her glass again.
Are there?
I think we took a hefty amount of bottles from the bar with us. I'm pretty sure. Like I know I claimed at least 4. So
You guys have
7
loaded up.
bottles of whiskey. Sorry, I've got 7 bottles of whiskey. We're not drinking wine. We're drinking whiskey.
You guys have loaded it. So my question now is there any other questions that people want to ask over the course of the evening?
I have one more question for Yeliana now.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you decide to adventure? Or why do you seem so sad so often?
Yeah, Eliana. Sorry. Eliana is just quiet for a little bit, sort of thinking over how to respond before she says, I was raised in a rather unhealthy environment, and I just wanted to do whatever I could to get out of it. But it seems that what damage was done has been done, and it lingers.
Oh, fella, you'll be okay.
Just like you said, there's no point in looking back. Just on to the future, bigger and brighter things. I mean, we're going to be meeting with a king. I'm going to be the first half-drow to bet a king.
It'll probably be the first half-drow he's ever seen.
Yes, well, if we could keep that little bit of the half-drow heritage amongst us, I would quite appreciate that.
Well, that's okay. Sorry, I tend to notice things and sort of just blurt them out, let's say.
Oh no, I love that you're so intuitive, and if you ever want a closer look, well...
She'll take a close. She'll like lean a little bit closer and look at your eyes and just say, "Well, yes, they're very pretty."
Faye, she was suggesting that you sleep with her.
In Faye's voice, Gat will say, "I thought you rolled around in dirt."
Nice.
I will roar out laughing in character as well at that
Yeah.
point. Just
And with that,
the silliness of it.
we're going to fade to black, and then we're going to fade up on the second watch when only Eliana is up. Gnome, question for you. Was there anything of interest that you did? Eventually, the animals, the familiars, they all came back, and you had like your little John Denver Muppet Show moment where they all surrounded you, and maybe you preached to them. Was there anything of interest that happened?
Probably not in that particular moment. Well, everybody else is, kind of playing and supposed to be possibly keeping watch. I think Tiv would just be catching up on his sleep. It was kind of a rough rough little start of their adventure, and some bones are a little jostled. So he's probably just curled up right now against Gigi, just kind of relaxing.
Can my bat familiar be like sleeping on his chest?
Absolutely. Just the little like Snow White of animals, of the
So-
non-druid of the party. Just
So, Eliana, was there anything of interest you wanted to do on watch?
Yes. I was going to cast a combination of 2 spells. One of them being a dream spell.
All right. So, go ahead and put the spell in and give a summary of the spell to the audience. Dream's actually a very interesting spell where you're able to shape the dreams of others.
Yes. This spell shapes a creature's dreams. Choose a creature known to you as the target of this spell. The creature must be on the same plane of existence as you. Creatures that don't sleep, such as elves, can't be contacted by this spell. You or a willing creature you touch enters a trance state, acting as a messenger. While entranced, the messenger is aware of his or her surroundings but can't take actions or move. If the target is asleep, the messenger appears in the target's dream and can converse with the target as long as it remains asleep. Through the duration of the spell, the messenger can also shape the environment of the dream, creating landscapes, objects, and other images. The messenger can emerge from the trance at any time, ending the effect of the spell entirely. The target recalls the dream perfectly upon waking. If the target is awake when you cast the spell, the messenger knows it and can either end the trance or wait for the target to fall asleep, at which point the messenger appears in the target's dreams. You can make the messenger appear monstrous and terrifying to the target. If you do, the messenger can deliver a message of no more than 10 words, and then the target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, echoes of the phantasmal monstrosity spawn a nightmare that lasts the duration of the target's sleep and prevents the target from gaining any benefit from that rest. In addition, the target wakes up and takes 3d6 psychic damage. If you have a body part, lock of hair, clipping from a nail, or similar portion of the target's body, the target makes a saving throw with disadvantage.
So, what creature that you are familiar with on the same plane as you would you like to shape their dream?
I am going to be targeting Valinia.
Oh no.
She's targeted. So, now play out this scene. How do you appear to her? And at this point, Valinia, what are you dreaming about? You've had a lot to drink. The king, the giant, both.
I imagine I have dreams like, or how does it go from Tangled? I have dreams. No, really, they're just much less touchy feely. I'm on an island surrounded by enormous piles of money. That's my dream.
I like it. I approve. And Eliana, you could play out and describe how you appear to her in any messages or actions you take within the dream state.
I have concubines.
Okay,
Just getting fanned by the rest of the party.
No,
since I
I'm not
can
that mean. I
shape
actually
the
like
surroundings of the dream, can I affect her surroundings of the dream before appearing?
Yes.
Okay.
You're a powerful wizard. You can do that.
Well,
Or-
then the island that you're on starts to sink, and everything just washes into the sea. And the sea turns completely black like shadow. The sun just sort of fades out of the sky and is replaced by a silver glittering moon drifting through like a purple hued like ether above head, and you are stranded on like some floating wreckage that's sort of slowly crumbling away. And then Eliana appears before you, floating in air as if unbound from any earthly force. Sorry. Her hair, like her golden hair, is just drifting about
Oh,
her
I know. I
in
know.
the
what
air,
you mean,
and
yeah.
her eyes just look like 2 shining amethysts, and her skin is appearing as if it's made of dark black diamond, and she reaches out to you.
Is there a chance in my dream state that I would know that this is a spell? The only reason I would ask this is because I'm higher level and I have a really high arcana. But I was drinking, so if you say no, I'm totally okay
I was
with
gonna
it.
say, based on your lifestyle, a dream's a dream, right? And you've lived a pretty rough life.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do, though. Make an insight check at disadvantage.
Here we go. First roll of the game. It's a 26.
All right. You're aware that a spell is occurring, but you're not too sure what it means or who is casting it.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to pretend that I have no idea what's going on. I'm standing on kind of a piece of wreckage, my whiskey bottle in my hand, and I'm looking out distraught over the sea, and then I see her. Did you really have to take all the money, though? And she puts on the look of kind of panic-stricken, as I figure you would in a nightmare, and slowly starts to pour her dream whiskey into the Black Sea, tosses the bottle.
It just sort of fades away and doesn't make any sort of splash sound.
That is very, that irks me for reasons I can't explain.
Tortilla.
Things
And
that are
then-
unfinished are not okay.
And the wreckage keeps crumbling, and Eliana drifts closer, still with a hand extended to you.
I reach my hand out to her.
Yeah, she
You touch.
grabs your hand and lifts you, and you just float into the air. And then you hear her say, "I will protect you. You must protect me." And
Oh,
that
no.
is my command for my Gaius spell.
All right, so you're casting.
Fuck!
Now, remember, a guess spell, I believe. Well, go ahead and put it in chat because we've had this before. So there is a casting time to the guess spell, right? So it's going to
It
take a certain
is-
number of rounds.
It is 1 minute, which is the same time as the dream spell, so I'd have cast them in conjunction.
Well, you wouldn't. She wouldn't be able to hear you unless you were in her dream because she was unconscious, correct? So
Yeah.
So you'd have to do one and then the other. So, and if you were casting Gesh on her, she would get a chance to resist.
Yes, that is true. I am aware.
All right, so let's do a roll. So what we can do is we can assume that you prepared and cast Gesh. And now, Tia, you get to make, I believe, a wisdom saving throw. It's going to be a straight roll. Here's why. Essentially, we have disadvantage from all the alcohol, advantage from your Fey ancestry. So we're going to say that this is canceled out, and it will be a straight wisdom save. What's your spell DC, Kika?
DC 16.
All right. This is where Tia's doing her cheat roll to make sure she gets... No. Freaky 26 insight.
What can I say? I'm just always aware of beautiful women around me. What's the spell save, DC?
16.
Okay, praise Keptolo.
And I would like
17.
to... I wanted to also use my, if it was all possible, my cutting words to give her, apply a, I think that's how it works. I can use my bardic
So-
inspiration tide to apply a d10 against her.
So let's talk about how cutting words work. So is that your reaction?
Yeah, it's a reaction.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the d10. So that
3.
lowers what she rolled by 14. Now, Tia, do you have any reactions that would prevent it?
I don't think so, actually. I think she's got me. I have no counter spell because I'm sleeping and she's casting it in
Right.
a dream. I can't uncanny dodge it. I can't. So no, she's got me. So you must protect me. Okay. I'm gonna play this to like obsession levels. You know I am, mistress. how may I
It's that or
serve
take a load of psychic damage.
Yes. So that happens during the night, and I assume nothing else of interest happens.
Can I have my piles of money back before you leave my dream? Can you not just be like, protect me and then leave my dream where I'm nothing and see? Like that's
Nothing
just
but
the meanest
pill
thing
bugs.
ever.
Nothing but pill bugs. That's all that appears. Pill bugs. All right.
It's- Yeah, your previous dream probably comes back before I leave.
Well, you've been
And it-
gush spelled.
Yeah. If you had resisted, you would have been dropped into the inky blackness.
All right. So now that that's out of the way, the party awakes in the morning. And you are. I think I'm going to move you guys in roll 20. I'm just using a single little ugly kobold for your icon. I hope this map works. I'm not really a map guy. I'm more of a theater of a mind guy. But for positioning in this, since it is a dungeon, it's very easy for people. So you might need to zoom in. There is a tiny white spot right around over here. I'm going to ping on the map.
I see it. Yeah, I'll keep pinging as well.
Yep. And
I don't
that's
see a
the
I don't
guy.
see a white spot though. I see only blackness.
You don't. Only blackness?
Only blackness in the area that you're pinging right now.
Only
Oh no, I dropped
blackness.
you.
Let me see if I can reveal. I put that I revealed the map.
Okay.
Can you see that?
While you're doing that, I wake up and I stretch and drink
I
my
just-
morning top off.
I just see-
Ileana.
In the roll 20, I just see a Tales from the Yawning Portal picture.
I
I-
moved you guys to the steading. It might take a second to load.
Yeah, I'll refresh.
I can see it.
Okay, I'm refreshing.
I don't
Oh.
see us. I just see like a dirt ground and a wooden panel. I see where you're clicking.
Okay, you don't see a little dude?
Nope. No dudes.
No, dude.
Might be on the GM layer still.
Oh, I see.
It's on
I
the
see
token layer.
space. I see a space. If you refresh, I see gray stuff.
Mm.
Where I am pinging right
Looks-
now, I see a gray box that looks
It
like
looks-
it looks like terrain, guys.
Yeah, it looks,
It looks like
a
terrain.
dirt road through grass
Yeah,
and
well-
a double doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Roll20's been giving people some pretty crummy glitches on maps recently. We suffered with it on Monday night. What about this guy? Can you see him? I just dropped him in that area.
It could be that you're on the wrong layer.
I'm on the token layer. Is that the correct one?
Yep.
I can't see anything.
He stinks. We're gonna get rid of him.
Hmm.
And what we'll do is we'll be on the honor system. So I wonder if I could just drop this lindworm.
You could also just draw an X on the map.
You
too.
see that one? Ugh. Yeah. Let's do it. Do you see that X?
I see nothing.
Nope.
Nothing.
Oh, when I draw,
All
it's
right.
going behind. When I draw as well on it, it's going behind the layer. Your map layer might be on the token layer. You might have to move your map layer to the map layer,
I
and
hate
then
it when that
probably
happens.
yeah, because I'm drawing over top of it, and it's going
It
to
disappears.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
These are some
It's showing that
Photoshop
my
levels
map
of
is on
problems.
the it's showing that my map is on the map layer. That's really weird. I hate you, Roll20. We'll know what room
Yeah.
we're in. It's kind of like this.
Theater of the mind.
You're in the room with yeah. So you are approaching.
Have I mentioned Fantasy Grounds, virtual tabletop of Saber Dice?
You know that yeah, and actually, it is probably the most optimized
I want to
for
punch
D&D.
you through the internet right now.
No. I
You know why? You know why?
well, to be fair, yeah, Fantasy Grounds is the most. Now that we've wrecked all of our immersion and our cool roleplay in our get spell because of a shitty,
We can keep
free
role playing
app.
the morning stuff if
Wait.
you want to take a couple seconds.
No,
to figure it out.
we've got this. So we're going to approach the hill giant steading. So, how does the party want to approach this
Stealth.
massive
I'd
wooden
like to-
keep?
I'd like to scout something out first, if that's okay.
What would you like to scout for, and how?
I would like to wild shape into a bird.
Okay.
I Let's just go a raven.
Quote the raven. And are you where would you like to scout and where would you like to go to?
Going to scout out over, fly over the hill giant steading and kind of take note of if that I can see any giants, what I can see.
Looks pretty sealed. However, you can see one giant in a tower. I'm actually going to so he's going to be on the west side. Let's see if revealing him works. So I'm going to ping over here.
Yes. Can see a map. Can't see anything else, but
You can see the map? Okay, so let's go to the objects and tokens. This guy. There is a hill giant in there.
okay.
You know what I think I probably have to say, hey, I probably have to click on the gear and say, oh, by the way, the players can see them. So that's probably what it is.
Paint me some word pictures, Grant.
So there is a large, brutish figure, and he...
Can you do it in a rap?
There's
sorry.
a giant who's really big. He's taken notice, doing a jig. When he eats the fig. When he eats the figs, he explodes. No, he doesn't explode. But yeah, you totally see. He's lumbering, pot-bellied, but there is an intense look on his face. You know, hill giants aren't known for their great intelligence. However, he happens to be looking very, very, very intently. So there's something. There's something very steadfast.
I'm flying up a little bit higher, just so out of reach. I do not want to be food.
Good deal. So. Yeah, you're about 50, 60 feet away from this guy. Unless you
Okay.
want to fly closer. And he is quite big and you are quite small. He is not
Going
looking
to-
for birds. Birds fly all the time.
Going to fly over and just get a better look at the steading.
All right. So everything is far larger than you have ever experienced in your life. This is essentially a massive wooden structure that has a tall tower. It's strongly, sturdily thatched together. There is a small crevice on the northern side, not quite big enough for you to squeeze through in this form. You would have to go quite a bit smaller. And that is what you see. And there is also, you spot a couple other entrances, massive stone doors. One on the north, one on the far eastern wall. I'll go ahead and ping on the map. So northeastern and perfect north. There are several other entrances than that of the main road.
And there's that one hill giant posted outside.
Yeah, and you know he doesn't look like he's he looks like he's looking for something, but he's clearly not looking for you.
Okay. And that's about all I can see. Can't see any.
There's no activity in and out. However, by the front doors, you hear loud snoring.
I'll take that into account. I'm going to start flying back to the party. Going to fly over the hill giant and just do a mid-air poop over him as I go flying back.
All right. Well, there is a cover over his head. You'd have to fly inside to actually poop on him, but he does. It sort of falls It lands on his upper brow, and he does not seem to notice. And you're back to the party. And you're
I'm
free
still
to report
satisfied.
everything you saw. Yes.
I am going to land on Get's shoulder.
All right. Micro Git lands on you. Frogbear is confused.
Caw! And he kind of puffs up and puffs out his chest, preening a little bit.
She's just gonna pick at some of the dirt spots on you before hopping off your shoulder and turning back into Faye.
Thank you, dearie, he says in an old lady's voice.
Well, they have a few entrances. There was a lot of snoring. I left a gift with one of the giants. I don't think he noticed though. I believe we should be very careful. He seems like he was looking for something.
Sneak.
Sneak.
And I do this with my feather with my fingers. And nod my head. And I'll cast. I won't wait. I'll just cast pass without trace.
Good deal.
I'm
Now-
gonna stealth on top of that because I want to see how disgusting it is.
So go ahead and describe your actions to me. So, as you're stealthing, how are you trying to remain unseen and unheard? Where are you hiding and where are you headed? Go ahead and describe this to me again, and we'll talk about how it plays out.
So we see kind of the hill there, where are we in location to the front of the building?
You are
Because
currently
she
in the
flew out.
southeast. You are currently coming from the southeast. Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to walk right up this road, but it is the most direct path.
Well, knowing that I have a little bit of an aid while I'm stealthing, I think that Vi would kind of show some of her typical swagger. Her boots aren't making a sound, I'm assuming, on the ground, and she would just kind of dance around between tree to tree. She has to go like commando sometimes, being a little bit of a brat about it, pointedly sticking her butt in the air, and her companions, traveling on the ground, rolling around, dramatic kind of kung fu style, and like looking up over the grass. She's enjoying herself and flaunting her skills at the same time.
Yeah, just know that it's also there is a massive. These doors are huge. They're like 20-foot tall doors that are like, 12 feet wide. These are quite big. Go ahead and everyone, let's just refresh our maps and roll 20 and see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Faye is also going to take that opportunity while they're getting ready to check up on Tiv because he was outside all night.
Mm-hmm.
Is everything okay, Tiv?
Oh, I'm great. How are you doing? Did you sleep okay?
We had a lot of wine. Slept pretty well.
Wine will do that to you.
I'm not very good at holding my alcohol.
I want to sort of like move behind Tiv and like make silly faces at Faye without anyone else noticing.
What did Gigi keep you company?
Gigi's always the best. Didn't really do anything spectacular. Polished the armor a little bit. Read a book. Who's familiar? There was the bat familiar?
Yeah, mine.
What's the familiar's name?
I've never told you its name.
Oh, snap. Okay, cool.
Because you've never asked.
Nope, probably not. Batty McBatface was chilling with us, and it was pretty cozy. Not a terrible night outside.
So long as you weren't too lonely, I was worried about you being alone out there.
Oh, no, you don't have to worry about me. It's part of traveling.
You could have come and helped me with cards. I've lost.
The lot you're with, I'm not sure you would have won anyways, but
Yeah,
I'm sure you made a valiant effort.
Get one. He has one of my feathers now.
Oh, no.
I thought I had plenty already.
he really didn't need it.
Tiv turns around.
Yeah, is like hugging the feather. And then puts it in his head, and it just sticks it kind of in the other feathers.
Get it makes you look exquisite.
I was just worried about you because you almost died yesterday.
Oh, we almost always die yesterday. It happens. That's just part of life. It allows us to take a little more precaution as to what's going on around us, like not running away from a giant that you forgot you were in combat with. Yeah.
Eliana doesn't say anything, but she feels bad that no one's checked on her because she almost died too.
Well, Faye is looking at you as well. So she's looking at Yeliana kind of behind Noma, sort of looking at her as well, like this is addressed to both of you.
Ah.
But she's also doesn't want to give up the jig.
I didn't expect bugbears to hit as hard as they did. I mean, usually when we fight bugbears, they're pretty no problem.
Bugbear.
Relax. Stoneclank is pretty tough.
Hopefully as tough as this today. As he kind of like puffs out his chest a little bit, showing off the plate that they, didn't wear the first time around either. But it fits quite nicely, and I'm ready for the next battle.
If you do die, I can bring you back, but the plate may not fit if I bring you back wrong.
Well, that'd be okay. My only request is if I do die, can I be a little taller? Just a little.
I can try.
Fantastic.
Elona will do as she will. I just hope that maybe you might end up as something that you like. If you do die, please don't die. Please. I don't want to lose my friends.
Oh, you're just too cute. And he just gives her a hug and kind of like
Which
pats
is
her.
like around her legs because she's like 6 foot.
Right. She's like 6 foot-ish, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tiv is like 4 or 6 or something like that. So it's just like legs.
Oh, also, I might need someone to look after the flood bear today.
Have him rest on Gigi.
I will put him on Gigi. And then, while the Pass Without Trace is going on, she's going to turn into a moth and just flutter and sit on Tiv's shoulder.
Okay.
So have you made a decision how you would like to approach the hill giant steading?
I think we should probably sneak up to that door that snores were heard through because there's probably a guard there that's asleep.
Snores were heard down here.
Yes. I think we
Can
should
everyone
probably
see
try
the map now?
Yeah, much better.
Yes.
Alright, let's see if we can we can
I can see a token as well. It's working.
The hill giant.
which token? Oh, the hill giant?
The one I pooped on.
Ha ha, the poor guy.
He didn't notice. It's fine.
It will be a lindworm. Can you
So
see the
is it
lindworm
like
now?
a stockade fence or wall? Or is it an actual building?
Thick, heavy. It is an actual building. It is a thick, heavy keep fashioned out of massive. Your best guess would be hardened oak. And when you think of this, I want you to think of a combination of a Viking mead hall and a backwoods hillbilly cult society that has essentially put together a place where they can live in peace.
I will send out to scout for like windows or arrow slits or anything.
He finds the exact same window that Moth found when she scouted. So she found a window on the side with the tower, and he can enter there. And also, he found a small crevice that he can almost fit in. He probably could over near the top.
All right, so do we want to try from the window?
There's also chimneys. There's chimneys in coming out of a number of a number of locations, but he'd have to go down. There is smoke coming out of them.
Okay, I want to sneak to the window and try and climb it.
All right, so it's going to be quite a climb, but you stand a good chance. Yeah, I believe it's about 120 feet to get up there, so not quite as tall as the Statue of Liberty, but it's a tall one. So let's check your athletics. Yeah, so you're able to get over there, no trouble at all sneaking. You have passed without a trace. I assume you cast that on yourself?
Yeah, on all of us, and I kind of like motion for the group to kind of follow me and kind of sneak as well.
Yeah, you are.
I don't suppose you have one of those handy invisibility spells on you.
Spell slots.
Didn't we get some potions?
You had a potion
You stole
of
a bunch.
flying.
Yeah.
Didn't you find the broom underneath the thing? The broom of flying underneath the tavern?
No,
Oh,
I
no,
have
it's
the broom of
potions.
flying. You found
Okay.
a potion of flying.
Matter of fact,
Right.
actually, if you asked about invisibility, and I pull out a vial and hand it to you, and looking up at the wall, I pull out another potion and I just drink it because I have 3 potions of flying.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself before stealthing forward.
No, I haven't called for a stealth check. I assume you guys' passive stealth is high enough that these hill giants are not going to perceive you.
I'm just doing it because I'm scared.
I just want to do because I want to see how high I can get with the pass without trace.
That's half the fun.
I am a tiny inconspicuous moss. No one's gonna notice.
But it is a steep climb. So if you are wanting, you can go ahead and describe your strategy to scale the walls and infiltrate the location of the hill giant at the tower. He was clearly awake.
So, any of you guys have rope?
As a matter of fact, I do. And I have a grappling hook.
As do I. Sans the grappling hook.
I have rope and chain and string.
So with that, I think
And a
Gavin
horn.
start pulling out his rope and looking around at the rest of you holding up rope, so we can tie some ropes together, and then I'll just fly it to the top.
Vi will walk up the side of the building.
I'm just gonna
and
float
assist you.
upwards on my
She
broom.
can. She can just walk right up.
Yeah.
You can
Oh wait,
broom
what's my
up.
strength? I could probably. Oh wait, no, I have an 8 strength. Sorry, no.
You're good. You're good to, you're
Yep,
good to
Tim,
use your
Tim
little
just
boots.
kind of stands there waiting. He's used to this.
So for people that are new watching the show, why don't you explain to them why you're able to just walk up the wall if you want?
How I walk up the wall?
Yeah, because we have some new viewers, and so
I have boots of spider climbing, and they're very near and dear to me. I'm assuming that I would have picked them up in the Underdark, and it was kind of Vi's last final fuck you to the Underdark as she left. She's taking a piece of them with her that is useful. And so anytime she uses her boots, much like anything that she does, she is always dancing, and she'll every now and then, if she feels really confident, as she's walking, she'll stick like one leg out to the side and make it look like she's gonna fall, and then just kidding, and then
are
keeps
you like
walking.
Tobey Maguire in the third Spider-Man movie?
Yep, yep. That is exactly how Vi is. I could not have put it better. Vi is.
I think we're probably
Alright.
used to it by now, so we don't fall for it.
The first time she'd have been like, "Oh, catch me! I'm gonna." Just
Tin
kidding.
Man lean shoes. Ah! All right.
Yeah.
So you guys are shooting right up. So get out of here is flying, correct? Eliana is floating up with the broom, just brooming up. What about Tiv? Badger ahoy! You're gonna muscle it?
He's gotta.
You guys have
But
a
the
rope,
badger
so
won't be
you
able to
can
make it.
easier. So
Rope? Yeah, we had rope.
well, yeah. So if one group goes up first, they can rope it, or you can try climbing without the rope. What do you want to do?
Wait. I float back down and I tap him on the shoulder and cast levitate on him.
Hey. Do you flap your arms? I love you so much.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like Grandpa Joe and Charlie Bucket about to crash into the ceiling. That's what I'm.
Like as I'm levitating him up, I also like have like a hand on the back of his collar, so it looks like I'm just lifting him with the while flying on the broom, but it's really just the levitate doing all the work.
So badass.
Can I like high five you as you're going by? Just like,
Sure.
Do you want to tie some
Alright.
rope to him so he doesn't float off like a balloon?
All right. So
There's some control over it. Maybe.
you're and Faye, were you climbing? Were you still in Raven form? How are you going?
I'm in little moth form now. So a very inconspicuous little bug, just flapping up.
Are you able to wild shape into insects?
Yes. There wasn't one for moth, but I'm making one for moth now because I have to be on brand.
Got to be on brand.
Yeah. ABB, always be branding.
always be branding. I was just gonna say that. I used that in a
Always
conversation
be
earlier
branding.
today because I saw you tweet it out earlier. I was like, yes.
Always be branding. All right. So you're headed right up, and that is what
And
you are doing.
And staying away from Get because I'm not confident he won't eat me.
All right. So yeah, you're able to go up and head up. Git's doing a pretty good job. So the entire party, it sounds like, is able to very successfully, without much difficulty, scale the wall. Right now, I would like everyone to make a stealth check now that you are coming close to the giant. You all get
adding-
plus 10 if you're close enough to get out of here. I believe it's like a 15-foot radius.
I think it's like 30. It's pretty big.
Okay. And let's, I think I'm gonna change the overlay. Get us into the virtual tabletop. Hey, what's that doing there? Let's, remove the Roll20 map. Bam. And goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire. Let's go back to this until we fix that. All right. So, did anyone roll below an 8? No? All right. You are all hidden.
8. Wow.
Yeah.
I could be singing and walking at the same time at an 8.
Yeah, he still has his 1,000-mile stare, 1,000-yard stare going on, and with that, you are free to.
So what do we see inside? Like we're at the. I guess we're
So
kind of like.
you see a large giant in its wooden floors. It looks surprisingly damp, and that virtual tabletop is killing me. He's essentially watching in a small port. There's no boxes. There's no trinkets. It's simply a tall room. Extremely and exceedingly large. So that is what you see, and it is currently filled with a bulbous and staring 1,000 yards away giant. But there is also a pathway headed downwards, and there is stairs essentially leading down the steps. And let me reveal these. So It's like there's a small door, so you can go down.
So he's just like in one spot, right? He's not
He's
going
in one
anywhere.
spot. No, he's up
Sitting-
here and he's been posted there.
Sitting or standing?
Oh, he is standing. He is at attention.
So Get will let out a, and he takes the rope, and I want to sneak up to the giant.
You have completely snuck up to him. He has no clue you are there.
I will. Can I sleight of hand to like tie the rope around his like? Let's he's got boots with laces, and then I'll tie the laces together. But
Okay, this is going to be great because he does. So make a sleight of hand with
Okay.
advantage, and because he can't see you. And remember, he's like way taller than you. Here's my question about pass without a trace. No, I don't have that question. So you're going to tie him up. So go ahead and make a sleight of hand. Yeah, you've managed to get it. You know, you lash his laces to your rope, and you manage to get it together nice. And he's staring.
30-20.
But he's starting to sniff. He's smelling, and he's starting to look around, almost as if he has the look as if an 8-year-old knew his mother was making fresh chocolate chip cookies. You know, he's got this feeling that something tasty is nearby, and he's starting to lick his lips, starting to drool a little.
I will slip away now.
Faye's going to see this and just like kind of flutter in front of his face quite frantically to sort of distract him from anything that may be happening below.
All right, so you are a moth and he is a hill giant. Currently, you are completely inconsequential to him. You'd be like dust in the air, practically. But go ahead and make... describe to me how you want to distract him. Are you flying into his eye? Are you going up a nostril? Are you going into his ear?
I'm just sort of doing that thing that moths do where they sort of just like fly around and bump into things like your face and just smacking here and there and just sort of like oops, sorry, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that, oops, sorry.
All right, go ahead and make a performance check.
Okay. Oh. That's fine.
Essentially, yeah, he's starting to get annoyed, to the point where he's starting to, reach up, and it almost looks like he's trying to get his hand on you. There's a large club in his hand.
Well, if he does that, he's in for a half-elven surprise.
Yeah, he's
Can you get him to hit him in his own face with his club?
I will
He's
try
dumb, but
that.
he's
I'm
not
going
that
to
dumb.
Disney the shit out of this. Faye is going to land on top of his big bald head and sort of just jump up and down on it a bit. Like,
All right.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Try me.
All right, so here's how we're going to play this out. I need you to make either an athletics or acrobatics check, and he is going to swing at you with a bare fist. And we're going to see, and it's an open hand palm strike. If he rolls a higher athletics check to get you, because he's essentially trying to club you, and he's massive. You're a little moth. It's going to be hard to cover that much distance, although it's certainly doable, right? You can move at least 10 feet to 30 feet around. You're within your rights to move, but we'll see how this goes. So go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Or athletics.
Yeah, either or.
Good thing I have that inspiration, which I'm going to use. Oh,
No,
Or
I don't
not
think
you.
so. He
I'm
rolled an 8.
going to save that.
He rolled an 8. and he cracks himself in the head, and he looks like he's oh, and like he's left almost like a hematoma, like he's already pretty bulbous and lumpy, and like kind of rises in a Looney Tunes like fashion. It's like, dagnabbit, ow, hate that moth, and he's he lost a considerable amount of health right there, even with just an open hand slap. Actually, more than that, he's like 99 hits left, so he was above 100.
Gonna fly in front of his face again and almost tauntingly.
All right, he's gonna swing at you. Do another athletics check, and he's going to swing at you again. Hey, moth.
I'm using that inspiration.
All right, make a roll.
That's better.
All right, so here's how it's going to work. Since we tied, we're going to dice it. Just go ahead and roll 1d10 and see how you do. I got a 2. You'll probably beat it. Yeah, so he smashes himself in the face again. He's starting to pace about like he's getting very frustrated.
How can he
turns to
pace
kind of
when
run
his
and
shoes are tied
tumbles.
together?
No, yeah. Let me finish the description.
Sorry.
And then he stumbles into the wall, landing flat on his face, and down he goes. That's his giant chair. And so he's flailing and he's shouting now, "Oh, bugs! Oh, clean dishes! Less bugs do better!" Oh. And that's what he's kind of shouting out in giant.
I will wait for him to go down and kind of like dart out and try and get the rope back and then go back into hiding.
All right, so here's what you're going to have to do. He's going to try to stand as quickly as possible. However, make a sleight of hand check with advantage, because you're hard to see anyways. This is what you do. This is your thing.
All right, so
How are we getting away with this?
And he's trying to stand. You do
26.
it, yeah. So you get the rope before he gets up and springs back up and is shouting. You also hear like loud noises coming from below. Keep quiet. Not so loud. It's sleep time. Coming from below.
How many voices did that sound like?
There were at least 2.
Okay.
Get is back with the others, but he's just kind of shaking his head in disapproval.
Man, oh man, this is funny. When I was testing the map earlier, I was just dragging other tokens to it, and I was like, "What are 3 demi-liches doing on the stairs?" And I was literally doing that.
Please no!
Yeah, I was like,
That
"Yes,
type of death.
The answer is whatever they want.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever they can do them as far as I'm concerned.
Whatever they want. If there's demi-liches, I'm out.
Yeah, so
I mean, I've never slept with a lich.
Old Faithful, he's up now, and he's getting
Raise a
ready
few bones. Sorry.
Oh my,
I'm not
oh
sorry
my
at all.
goodness.
I'm not sorry at all.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get out of here a point of inspiration for the brilliant sleight of hand rope tactics. Now he is up and he is furious at this point. Now it's just a bug. He would get in big trouble if he's like, "Wake up, everybody in the hill giant standing. We got moths." He's mostly being told.
A
to
moth.
shut up.
We have a moth.
Yes. Liches get stitches, as chat says. Very much indeed. The party can either go down the stairs or keep picking on this hill giant. What do you want to do? Or go back out the window.
Get points to the stairs. He points to the stairs.
That's a good idea. Let's go. Quietly.
All right.
Why don't you go on ahead? I'm going to just take up the rear.
Get rolls his eyes and begins sneaking forward.
So go ahead and ping on the map for me as far out as you want to go. I assume you can at least peek around the wall, and you can see a long corridor. It goes back. Now, each one of these squares on the map is a good 10 feet. And it goes back. There is a massive barrel of some sort of alcoholic beverages. The floors are stained with old mead and scraps of ancient food that was probably from a feast, a month ago. This is lazy bachelor frogs, steading. And it goes out. So go ahead and show me. So you would at least be about right here, clicking and holding down your pointer on the map. How far out do you want to go? And do you want to keep going around the corner?
Who's in the lead? Because I'm in the back, so I'm not going to take...
Get out of here's in the lead.
Yeah, so I'm right here just peeking around the corner to start.
Yeah, so you see as far back as everything on the map that has been revealed. I'm going to bring it up in obs. I think I'm going to put it above. I'm going to put it above my face. But yeah, and these barrels, they're about as tall as a large man, as big as a half orc, so to speak. Round like a refrigerator, but these are clearly what they store their alcohol in.
So Get would press himself against this far wall and kind of like crouch down low and he'd make that noise and flick out his hand. He would have his longbow out and drawn, and he would kind of creep to here to try and peek around the barrel, using the barrel for cover to hide behind.
Got it. So, going to the barrel and peeking at the barrel, you notice that there are massive hooks sticking on the wall. That is the first thing he notices on the north side. He also notices that there are massive cloaks, capes, old bones of wild beasts, and in the corner, two lazy hill giants that are trying to get back to sleep. And they seem like they're shaking their heads. They seem really out of it. And they have massive and large crates next to them.
So what is on the other side of this barrel? Is that just the wall there? Because I'm just getting the blackness in the wall kind of merging together.
Let me see if I can grab this. There's a door to the north. Can you see?
Yeah, I can. I can see the doors.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we are looking for people.
Looks like there's some wagon wheels. Yeah, there's doors on the west, the east, large doors in the center.
So I'm trying to figure out how complex of instructions I can give to my beast companion, like to see, what I can tell him to seek people as opposed to giants.
Yeah, go ahead and mime it out to him, and is a flying snake of exceptional intelligence.
Okay, so I think you probably like fit under the doors and stuff like that.
I'm the snake right now. Oh, yes, he could. Nods. Which door would you like him to fit under?
I'll go with the one that's closest to me in the corner here, the far right corner.
All right, far right corner.
Kind of like this.
All right.
Start doing our commando.
So you can't look through his eyes, can you?
No, he's not a familiar. He's just a beast companion.
So he's going and he's slithering off, and he's going to try to get more information. What does it take for you to? He's off searching for people now. So non-giants.
Yeah. So then I would kind of like sneak back to the group and tell them. Hiss! Look out! Look out! But in a whisper. And every time I use like a people voice, it's always a different voice.
Well, I've gathered. I think he's trying to tell us to be on the lookout for something.
Hiss.
Look out for your snake.
He's okay.
Can I try to insight and see what he's trying to say?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's a 28 on my insight, so I'm assuming I would just get the general message then, so we can skip by all the the awkward charade.
I also assume we've traveled together quite a bit.
Long enough, yeah.
You know,
You
you know
guys
what
are
he's
kind of
saying.
used to his
We're using the Chewbacca rule, right? You're 11th level characters.
Okay.
He's
I've
not gonna
never
have
heard
to
of the
mind it.
Chewbacca rule, but it makes perfect sense as soon as you say it out loud. Like,
it's
okay, I get it, yeah.
It's codified in D6 Star Wars, so it's like
I literally, I don't like Star Wars, so that would explain a lot.
No, I understand that. It's a good role playing game though. So it's like at least one other character will always understand.
I mean, I just need to just do something. All right, okay. Just proving a point, that's all. That's all.
Takes a pretty tough man to wear a hat like that.
You see a man walking down the street like that? I'm gonna try my old walk on the ceiling and hide and Spider-Man, for lack of a better term, and see if I can keep an eye out for these people that I presume that Get Out of Here is trying to indicate.
Bay is also going to join the rest of the party. And,
Alright.
and get out of sight of angry hill giant.
Yeah. So, what about Tiv?
Tiv is probably gonna start pulling his shield around just in case to prepare. But he's really just trying to keep like a quiet ear out. Could he use the paladin thing, the divine? Is that divine sense?
To sense good and evil?
Yeah, to see if there's anything evil around.
I quickly wonder if I'm evil.
You would have registered long ago.
I didn't write an alignment actually yet for Vi.
Yeah.
I would
She's
assume
on
that she's more of a chaotic kid, though.
Chaotic.
He's on the
sexy.
spectrum.
Chaotic neutral, fuck it.
Let me see. Can I click it? Will that go to the chat? No, that just makes it small. Did that go to the chat? No, it's.
The paladin ability is super lame. Like, you can't use it through walls and stuff.
Yeah. Now, the hill giants are clearly evil.
They can.
They are not
all-
just evil; they are aligned specifically with the forces of evil.
So it sounds like chat can still hear us, but
Yeah, they can see us. I've actually.
Yeah.
I was the first person to notice they were frozen.
Yeah.
We got zoomed right now, so we're working on resolving that.
Do you have it minimized right now?
No, it's not minimized. It
If
is
I-
actually maximized.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's what we're trying to do. It was the same.
If
problem we
you
had
take it out of if you put it into like a smaller windowed mode and not maximized, but like the other one, it should put it back to the original size that the cameras were and unfreeze them, theoretically.
Alright, so
like,
it's-
all screens are black at the moment.
yes, I am aware. I can see. But right now,
You can see.
yes, I can see in obs. They are all black. We had them, then they were frozen, then they went away. But let's keep playing. Actually, let's keep playing while we're doing that, and we'll work on getting the videos back because we have
I'm just
audio.
surprised. I'm just surprised you can see without your bad boy glasses.
It's actually much-
that's the problem. Messing
gonna say,
everything
it's-
up.
you
it's
know
much-
why we're having technical issues is because Grant didn't open us with a wrap. Just saying.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Just
No
saying.
glasses, no wrap.
No glasses, no wrap.
What is-
Are you even, Grant? Are
We should
you
all just
even,
walk
Grant? in
now.
this?
We've been
Yeah.
bamboozled.
It's like
Yeah.
you can't even
Now.
say
Want my
Merry
money back.
Christmas anymore.
We've been attacked by the darkness.
Oh man.
Mm.
Yeah.
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
I was gonna say it's actually much easier to see without those glasses.
Who can lightning bolt that fast though? That's the one thing that's always bothered me about that LARP video is the guy's casting lightning bolt like every 3 seconds.
Maybe he has a haste spell.
That would make sense actually.
You could do it twice in a round.
You can do it twice. You couldn't do it 3
Give him a twin
times.
spell.
Do
Yeah.
it twice.
3 times? That's just silly.
How dare he ruin the rules?
My immersion, it's simply ruined.
Stately Wayne Manor. So while we work on resetting the cameras, so you're all in the room. Has gone down the far eastern door, and he is off searching for humanoids.
I hold up two feathered fingers to the group. Stupid moths.
In however she can possibly, she'll do. Faye will do the best she can to sort of imply a middle finger up towards Get in moth form.
Are hill giants evil creatures, or are they?
I've explained
Yes.
that these are
Yeah.
specifically evil.
Super evil.
Well, I don't much like the idea of leaving one behind us, and if we get caught, then we're just entrapped with all of them. I think that it'd be prudent to kill them all one by one.
Have to do it quietly.
I can cast a spell.
Well, I can go and cast Hold Person on the one that we left back there, and you can all just poke into it at the same time. It'd be rather quite a gang activity.
Faye makes the motion of flap flap. Can
Flap once for no, 2 for yes.
can try to keep repeatedly flying into it so it won't stop hitting itself.
Well, however we're going to do it, let's get it done with quick.
So I'm at least going to put up our roll 20 for the viewers to see, so they at least know where you are.
So you guys like voice that plan, and Get is shaking his head no vehemently. Sneak, manlings.
Manlings. Oh, the manlings. Oh, kill the humans first and then come back for the big dumb ones
We're
after.
supposed to save the humans. We're supposed
Oh.
to save the humans.
Save them, right? Save them,
Yes.
not kill them. Sorry, I'm used to being on the ship, at sea, and we kill people rather than save them. Oh, maybe there's a prince down there. Yes, let's save the humans. And she starts walking up the side of the wall into the ceiling, and what must I always say?
Faye's going to zoom back around and smack right into the hill giant's eye.
Now, which one's the eye? The one down here, or the one upstairs?
The one we've been wailing on.
Okay, so you.
Oh, so the
you would
one
have to
back
go
up here?
Back
Yeah.
up to the tower. Yes.
Okay, if I see the moth going, I'm gonna go with her.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm not.
Ah.
No, I'm not because I have the gas on me. I would be inclined to stay
You have to
with
protect
Ileana.
I would probably follow Faye though.
Okay.
So up you go, and Faye, go ahead and make a roll. Athletics.
Eh. Why?
The first one. So you got the
The first
11.
one, okay. I don't know, my mouse has been double clicking for some reason.
Critical hit. Always hits. So you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Now that turns you back into normal form, right? I don't think
Yep.
a moth has any more than one
I
hit.
think it has like 1 hit point, so.
Yeah, I would give it 1. So you hit, you're growing to full phase size, and I need you to roll some initiative as he shouts, "Intruders!" Now, the 3 of you are up, and good old Nerd Arcus Dave, as Get Out of Here, you're still down there, right? And Tiv, you're still down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh
So,
no.
yeah. So let's go ahead and get some initiative.
Feck.
I'm on the ceiling and I'm rolling initiative.
I'm so sorry. It was working for a while.
All right, so
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Oh, it's fine. I've been waiting to stab something this whole episode, anyways.
the hill giants down below are going to go on 16. The one up is going to go on 11. But it looks like it will be Kika, then the giants down below, then the full party, and then the giant up. So, Yeliana, what do you do?
What about a surprise round for those of us that are hidden?
Mm-hmm. That was quite hidden.
You would be able to make a surprise. Let's look at it this way. If you are attacking the hill giants down below, I would give you a surprise round if you're attacking them. And you could do something. Yeah, so you guys have a surprise down below. They can neither see nor hear you down there. Yeliana
Awesome.
and Villania would also have surprise up. Faye does not. So she's the only member that does not have surprise.
Do I have at least the chance to grab onto his face as I'm demossed?
He has the chance to grab you before you do. You're starting
Okay.
to fall.
This
Um,
is fine.
I'm first, though, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Well,
That is
yeah, so it'll
not-
be Eliana, and then it'll be Villiana. We'll just resolve you guys up there. Then if Tiv and Get Out of Here want to do something down below, by all means.
Yeah, I definitely will.
I did not mean to
Oh.
roll that sneak attack. I'm sorry. I was reading it and I clicked on it.
So I guess I just like dramatically come out of hiding and point at the giant and say, the only reason you're in the position you're in right now is because you're objectively bad at everything you try to put your heart into.
I love your burns so much.
Too many words.
I need therapy.
Do you speak giant?
Yes. And I
All
say
right,
it in
that's a good
giant.
thing. And
Ooh.
what does he? What's his save? Is it wisdom?
D6 16 wisdom. It's in the
Alright.
chat.
He's
Oh,
not
fun.
good at it. Yes. So he got a 7. So he is vicious mocked.
And so 7 damage and disadvantage on the next attack roll he makes.
All right. Let's cut this down. Boom. All right. And next it is Villania's turn.
I'm just going to take my bow out casually, shoot him in the face.
All right. You totally hit him with a 25. 7
And
more
I would
points.
like to use my sneak attack because you can add an extra d6 with any creature you hit. So, bloop.
You can, because technically Moth is within 5 feet of him.
Andy
Yep.
hasn't seen her yet, right?
Aw.
Well, we have to decide if she counts as hidden or not. And in order to be hidden, he can neither see nor hear you. I'd give her a sneak attack because he has Moth in her, essentially in his
Yeah,
arms.
true. You only get 1d6. Shouldn't you have more at level
I
11?
think she
You
should
should
have
have
more.
way more than 1d6 at level
It's probably
11.
like 20 more by this point. 20 d6.
Yeah.
No.
I
You
had
should
this
just be like
factored in
reaching both
before.
hands into a bag of dice and just dropping them on the
Check
table.
the chart. Check the chart.
I am looking up now.
Every odd level, right? It goes up by 1.
Getting at
Something
first
like
level,
that.
you notice subtly an extra d6 damage creature you hack for you.
You should
advantage.
have 66.
This was factored. Oops. Okay. Here. Roll 66. There we go. That is 21 points of damage. That feels a lot more palpable.
Rogie.
Rogie. I had
All
this
How much damage did you do?
21 damage total. to his
21
face.
damage. Good deal. And Tiv and Get Out of Here. What would you like to do down there?
So I'm going to wait for the trailing giant to just about get to the steps and the other one actually go around, and then he's just going to let loose with a couple arrows.
All right, so let's do Eliana's turn because we'll be and Tiv, what are you doing? If anything?
I actually would like to try to cast suggestion on one of the giants.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead
Now
and
that you
put
said
the
that, probably
spell-
not. No, we'll do it. Let me click.
Yeah, you've done it. You're it. You're good.
Where'd that go? Yeah, sorry, I gotta pull up the. Oh, geez, that's a lot of text. Sorry. Yeah,
That's
because
all
it's
right, so-
8 hours.
Mm-hmm. And you suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two, and magically influence a creature in range that can hear and understand you. So you speak giant, correct?
Oh, wrong. Nope, I do not.
Yeah, they do not understand you.
No,
So
they don't understand. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I
Although-
would have popped out and.
although here's what I will say, you can
speak dwarf.
giant is a form of dwarvish in many regards. It's very similar. So you can either say it in common or dwarvish. I'll let you decide, and you can tell me what you say, and then they'll roll their saves, and we'll see if you suggest them. So choose
Okay.
which one.
Tib, we'll go ahead and go with dwarvish. It's
Okay.
much finer language than common.
Simply the best.
And yes, we are indeed playing in the Underdark. We are professional role players.
We are not in the Underdark yet.
But we're getting that
Speak it,
atmosphere.
please.
Stay on the virtual tabletop. All right.
We can fix it in the break.
So they need to roll their saves. And it's a wisdom?
Yeah, it's a wisdom 15.
Yeah, it's just an 8.
Yeah, it's
so,
15.
So one of them is suggested. So give them 2 sentences.
Okay.
You go back to sleep.
Gross. But loud, he says.
No, just a dream. Go to sleep. Get your beauty rest.
Loud! Yeah, he's kind of walking back over, and this one's coming around here. Go ahead and now it will be Eliana's turn, but go ahead and roll your attack now. Get out of here to see if you hit the hill giant.
All right, bonus action, Hunter's Mark on him, and
Whoop!
yep, that's a 26.
26 definitely hits, so go ahead and roll damage.
Damage. Oh, you know what? And does it actually do advantage for
click
the damage too?
Just go ahead and click the word longbow, and
Oh, that's why.
yeah, so
one
8
day,
points.
one day I will learn this.
No, I think you're using the real man's virtual tabletop and real woman's virtual tabletop and non-binary's virtual tabletop fantasy grounds. Sponsor is Saver Dice and Nerdarchy and Encounter Roleplay.
And I need to
guys.
roll a die 6 as
They're
well.
gonna be like, Grant, we were so close to sponsoring you. We hear it over roll 20, and I'm just gonna be like, look.
Nobody's gonna sponsor you with me on your channel. I can promise.
No, in
that.
fact, yeah.
I am the anti-sponsor in like mortal
So-
form.
So that,
Yeah.
that being
Untrue.
said, do I get the full-on attack action?
Well, yeah, when it comes to your turn in initiative. So the way it works is we roll initiative, we do surprise actions, then we go back through initiative, starting with what they rolled. You will get yours. I think the ones down there will go first, and they're probably going to start arguing with each other because one is going back to bed and the other one wants to run up the stairs. Let's cut over
Okay.
to Eliana now.
Can my poison spray spell cantrip be flavored to be a bunch of spiders?
It can be a poison spray that looks like a bunch of spiders, because if it was
Yes,
actually
that
spiders,
is
it would
exactly what
conjure
I'm
animals.
asking.
Yes.
Nice.
That's so cool.
So I'm just
And
gonna
horrified.
pretend to reach under my cloak and then just throw a bunch of spiders at the giant.
All right. Now, does he need to make a save? Do you roll an attack?
It's Constitution save.
Okay. So,
Did it not roll?
okay,
It's
DC 16. There it is. It finally showed up.
So-
Roll 20's been acting weird.
yeah.
Constitution save. Whoop. 17. He saves.
Okay. And then I sort of scoot back down the stairs a bit.
All right. So yeah,
Okay.
you're back around the corner.
Yeah.
Now on a save, does he take half damage?
No, it's a cantrip. So
Okay. And with that, it is the hill giant's turn. So this one, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll a d10. On a 5, he's running up the stairs. On anything higher than a 5, he's gonna go and try to get his buddy to wake up. Okay, so he's coming back here. He is not going up the stairs, and he's slapping this one in the shoulders, and this one's like, no, I must go to bed. And like, they're very disappointed in each other, and now they're bickering. With that, it's going to be, I believe, Eliana's or Valania's turn, and then it'll be Faye's.
Well, I think that I'm going to shoot it in the face again. Am I still hidden?
Um,
No, I shot it in the face, so probably not.
you did not take an action to hide.
No, I did not. Then how far away am I from it?
You are, you're up here with them, so you guys came close. You're probably about right here. The Eliana's
haven't-
right around the corner.
You have an ally within 5 feet of its face. It's okay.
Well, yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking. She knows. She knows. I'm going to stab and then stab again.
The second one hits. Roll damage.
Oh, right. And that will be the sneak attack damage as well as the... Oh, it's 25 in total. Haha.
Right, so 25 points of damage.
Yes, sir.
Let's do that. So, all right, and now it is Faye's turn.
Oh no. So am I currently falling?
Yeah, you're gonna fall about 10 feet. So,
Yeah.
you can catch onto the giant, or you can land on his chair that he was sitting on, or you can land on the floor.
Is catching onto the giant going to be a count as an action or a bonus action?
It would be. It's kind of like this. You are trying to. It's kind of like a reverse climb. You're abseiling. So, rather than worry about the action economy, tell me where you'd like to try to land.
I'd like to try and grab onto either a part of his face or his shoulders or something and try and...
Make a grapple check, so it's opposed to athletics.
Heck.
So he swats you, and you're going to take a d6 damage. So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you land on the floor in kind of an unceremonious heap. And he's readying his great club. With that, let's go to Tiv, who is downstairs.
Heck.
If you have a bonus action you'd like to take, I'll let you do that.
I'm checking if I actually have a bonus action I can use. I don't think there's anything I can do.
All right, Tiv, what would you like to do?
Yeah, my mic's still on.
Let's go back upstairs. Let them do their thing.
And Tiv's gonna go ahead and head back up.
Heading back up the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
All right, up the stairs you go. So you can travel. Are you moving a full 60 feet? So you're over by the barrels?
Let me look at the map. Where
Yeah.
were we?
I wish we had cameras. I wish I was a good streamer, guys. I hate it.
You're the best, Grant. What are you talking about?
So
We're
yeah,
the
so you can move up to 60 feet. So if you're over at the barrels, you could get to about,
Oh,
about
that's
here.
not very far.
It's very far. It's the maximum you can move on a turn.
It's actually not. I can only go 50.
Oh, you're little-legged.
Yeah, I got them wee legs. Oh, all right. Let's. Well, never mind. Let's handle this, buddy. Shorty squad. And I'm gonna go ahead and let's engage. Let's engage the angry one.
Okay, the one that's fighting
disapproved
down here? You're going to
Yeah.
charge him and fight him? All right, go right ahead.
Yep. It's going to be a double attack with my Warhammer. 1 and dose.
Unfortunately, neither of those are high enough. You miss wildly and you land on... No, I'm just kidding. You hit him one time. Yeah.
He pirouettes away like a ballerina.
Ooh, just round and round we go.
Yes. At least they don't notice you.
Yeah, not yet anyways.
All right, so...
And then I think I can divine strike on that first bad boy.
You're a paladin, right? You can
Smite.
smite.
Yeah.
You can
That's-
smite as much as you want, as long as you hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you got spell slots. Yeah.
Yep. I got we're just gonna burn a first level spell slot and do
Burn them if you got them. You're a paladin. What are you going to do with those spell slots anyway?
Exactly.
use sorcerer spells.
Oh, no, you're multi-class. I forgot.
Other stuff. I don't have a lot of spell slots. I got a lot of spells. All right, so that is this. Let me do this. That's 2. That's an 8. I'll take it.
All right, so let's add that up. So 11, 20, 27? Correct?
Yep, math.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, DM. Whatever you
All
say.
right. All right.
Mathematical.
So yeah, you crack him with your warhammers. Radiant damage is exploding on him. He looks, as you're landing on him though, if it's almost like hitting a brick wall. Like although he is large, he is solid. He's like a 20-foot tall sumo wrestler, and he knows you are striking him now. And the other one is quite aware that you have joined the fray. And although he wants to go to sleep, he may not, as he sees his friend under attack. It's up in the air whether he does or he doesn't. And let's go
hacked it up,
to
guys.
yeah, let's go to Rock'em Sock'em, Mr. Get out of here.
All right, so I'm going to let loose a flurry of arrows after a hunter's mark on the injured one. So 8 and 6, 14. And let's see. Here, we got dice over here somewhere, right? That's what I want. And oh, we can do it this way, right? And roll. Ugh, that was terrible. So
let's do a total damage,
a whopping 17 points of damage.
Hey. That's that'll do it.
And with that, how high is the ceiling in here?
The ceiling in here looks to be about 30 feet.
I will fly to the top of the ceiling.
And now these are gonna go. So let's do the one up there, since he gets to go. He's going to make 2 attacks on Faye.
Oh no.
The first
All right,
one at
so
disadvantage.
The first one is all right. So okay, go with the first one, I believe a 24 hits, even with disadvantage.
Yes.
It does 16 bludgeoning points. And the second one, what's your armor class?
My armor class is 13.
So 16 hits for 20 more points of bludgeoning damage. So you are hit by 36 points of damage. And right about then, coming through the doors, the large cloud giant. And with that, we're going to wait till part 3, the conclusion
Fuck.
of the hill giant.
Oh no.
Womp, womp, womp.
I'm sorry, everyone.
All right. For those of you in chat, we're sorry for once again another week of technical difficulties. We had Zoom, then we lost Zoom. But we love you all. Let's go around to cast and crew and talk about the game and how we enjoyed it today. So, starting off with Yeliana, played by Kika. How did you enjoy today's session?
I really enjoyed it, but I'm afraid we're all gonna die now. We had a lot of good plans, but then just one fuck up. Yeah.
I really liked your roleplay scene and the way you handled the dream and Gesh spell.
Yeah, I had planned that the past 2 weeks.
It was so good.
She messaged me right before the game. She goes, "All right, I want to do this on Valenia," and I was like,
You planned this?
Yeah.
You bitch! 100% I was gonna wait till it was my turn, but like since you're already talking about, I didn't even see it coming. Like didn't even put like the sweet little Kika would never, is not capable of doing it. Now you
"Have you listened to those evil burns that she spews?"
those are some pretty savage burns. They make me like never want to get in an argument with you.
They have to
ever.
come from some dark place.
They have sat in.
That's some real talk. Real eyes recognize. Don't you worry.
Yeah, let's not get into where they come from, but I have a list.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
We love you, Kika.
I love you
Yeah.
guys too.
I love you.
Anything done in character is purely in character. I love you guys.
Yes, of
Aw.
course. No, absolutely understood.
And if I ever
Speaking
say
of-
anything that's like too harsh or too real, just let me know and I'll back off.
No ruffled feathers here.
Okay, good.
If that day ever happens, I will be so proud of you.
Yeah, it'd be like, so Kika made Bad Boy Grant cry. What?
Yeah.
On stream, it was really weird.
What?
So let's kick it over to my Tia Zimmer, Laura Lania. How was the game?
It was great. I wanted to talk about the dream sequence. That was the first thing I would like had on the tip of my tongue. I love that. I love the part that really is going to stick with me, and I can't believe it bothers me so much. But when I threw my empty whiskey bottle into the ocean, and you didn't get to hear that shattering of glass, there's just something about that is so wrong, and I love the imagery that you made with that. And I also am. It's weird for me because I've always played casters. I've not really been a sword fighter kind of gal, but to be able to like, oh, I can attack twice. Oh, I can do 26 points of damage in one round is really fun. I'm enjoying this.
You should see the damage that assassins get.
Oh my goodness, I'm pretty all about it right now. I need to have more stabby people in my life.
And kicking it over to Scarlet Moth playing Faye.
Hello. It was going so well until it didn't. I'm sorry, everyone.
I love Faye though.
I'm so sorry. It was a good plan.
It was. It was great. It's just that they crit.
It happens.
Yep.
It happens.
Well, I did enjoy that little escapade there. That was very satisfying, and I have to say I loved our little character moments back when we were preparing to go to the setting.
Back before we
that
were
was nice just to learn a
doomed.
little bit more about. Back before we were doomed, Look, just don't get me killed, and I can bring everyone else back. It's fine.
And
It'll be
Gnome,
fine.
how's it going, Tiv? Tiv the
Oh,
Gnome. Yeah.
oh well.
Gnome the Tiv.
Regrets.
Both.
Many regrets tonight. You know,
Regrets. I had a few.
it's gonna be great. We're going to be fine. Can't wait till next session. It's all fine. Trust in Gyarados. Be strong. Steady hands. Attaboy.
And
Also, hi, Mom. She's watching.
Awesome. But she can't see you because professional streamer Grant Ellis has screwed up again. Ah! And last but not least, Nerd Arcist Dave.
Let's address something much more important. Your mom watches your streams?
She is tonight.
I know. That's so
really
adorable.
Man, anytime I
Love
post
you,
anything
Mom.
about D&D online, my mom's like, "You look handsome. By the way, take the trash out." I live like 500 miles away from her. I'm the other son. I'm not that one.
That's awesome. I'm having fun. I think these 4 giants are in for some trouble next week.
Yeah, and is going to come back with some information too. So there's lots of ways in and around their steading.
I need him back. He hits harder than I do.
Does anyone have any plugs for the upcoming week? I know I do. So
Yeah.
I am running 20 games for charity over the next 10 days. Tomorrow I'll be running 3 games starting at 9 a.m.
Oh
We're
my.
going to start with Vagabonds of Dyfed, which is a OSR narrative-based system where you can pull out any old D&D module, but run it using a Apocalypse World style engine. It actually works great. If you've ever played Blades in the Dark, City of Mist, or World of Dungeons, not Dungeon World, but World of Dungeons, it falls in the spirit of that game. I had a chance to play it with Eric Vulgaris and the designer of the game about a week ago, and I had lots of fun. So that's what I'm up to all day tomorrow, and then I will be back on the Greyhawk channel on Monday with Vile and Villainous. Where can we find the rest of you guys online?
Twitch.tv/Lorelania. My Tia Zimmer. Follow me.
Hit her up and play some Heroes of the Storm.
You can find me here at Twitch at twitch.tv/Kika. That's twitch.tv/KAKK, and on Twitter at twitter.com/KikaVO. It's better to follow me on Twitter because I put out more stuff there. I have something that might be coming out soon, but I can't talk about it yet because it's collaborative. And also you can catch me on Henley's stream on Mondays where we play Stars Without Numbers, or not Mondays, Sundays, where we play Stars Without Numbers.
And of course, you can find Nerdarchy on YouTube, the Twitters, and they have a lot of amazing content. What are you up to, Dave?
Nerdarchy. I've heard that name somewhere before all over the internet. Yeah.
There's also a website if you prefer your content in a written format.
That's where I read my reviews for Revenge of the Horde. It's I found it off their website. They have a lot of good content. They are a large and robust team of nerds spreading the message of Nerdarchy across the fandom. So with that, I'll catch you all next week for the dramatic conclusion of the Hill Giant steading. This campaign will continue throughout the year. There will be multiple casts, multiple plot hooks and storyline, but I hope to keep as many of these players as I can. Remember, this is the Greyhawk channel, sponsored by Tabletop Loop and Devin Rue. Find her at rueinc.com, and you can follow the Greyhawk channel on Discord and Twitter, and as well as I don't think they have a Patreon yet, but they probably should.
Yeah.
Thank you all, and bye!
Thanks, Grant, and thanks, everybody.